Hey, welcome back to another heavy metal diecast video. We've got one here from Hobbymaster in 1/48 scale diecast, of course. And in relation to today being December 7th, I thought I will do an aircraft that was involved in that infamous attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 on the 7th of December. And today we have one here. It is a Japanese A6M2, a Type 21, of course. This particular one was flown by Tetsuzō Iwamoto. He would actually end World War II as one of Japan's top scoring fighter aces of the Imperial Japanese Naval Air Service and is credited with at least 80 aerial victories, most likely more. And as I said, he was involved on the infamous attack on Pearl Harbor, flying from the aircraft carrier Zuikaku from December 1941, of course, until May of 1942, and would fly in many other areas during the Pacific Campaign. He would survive the war, only to be blacklisted by Allied occupying forces as he was an officer, which meant he found it very, very difficult to get employment and would not find a job until 1952. But in 1953, he suffered from an appendicitis, and after surgery, he then complained of back pain, and then doctors decided to operate once again, and for some reason, they decided to remove 3 or 4 ribs. I mean, what the hell? And they did that without anaesthetic. So, yeah, that's just some crazy shit going on there. And unfortunately, this led to sepsis. And then in May of 1955, he died from that, only aged 38. Anyway, let's check out this Zero. I'm looking forward to it because it is the first 1/48 scale Zero I have got. So I am actually looking forward to checking out this diecast model, of course. And I stare at this old box here. Let's get this out and have a real good look at it. So with the Zero out of the box, it does come with the standard Hobbymaster stand, of course, and a little baggie that does have just the gear bay doors and a tank, of course. Gee, that tail wheel looks really small. Wow. But we want to get to this Zero and have a bit of a look at it. It does look pretty cool in there. There is a little Iwamoto sitting in there. So we'll get this to pop out. Yay. Didn't bend a propeller blade. But it does have the landing gear in there too if you want gear down. We will check. This has got a reasonable amount of weight to it. I actually bought this, funny enough, from Amazon actually. And it was Amazon in Japan because the receipt in there was Japanese. And it worked out to be $125.87, including the delivery to my door. And I thought that was pretty reasonable for a 1/48 scale Japanese Zero. And yeah, I saw that on Amazon, and I thought, oh, we'll pull the trigger on that and check this Zero out. And wow, this does look pretty cool. And it has got a little bit of heft to it. Propeller spins nicely, of course. And sort of plastic, they're not metal blades or anything like that. Let's check out some of these details. It's got some beautiful lines on there. Very nice. That looks really nice. Let's see if we can get that cockpit open. Oh, we can. Yay. It's got a bit of shadow in there. It's really hard to show you the detail. There is a little bit of gauge detail in there. I'll take some photos of that properly and so you can see that in a little bit more clear detail. It's got some nice tail markings. That is some fantastic detail in there. I will definitely take some close-up photos of that so you can see that. We will turn this around. Got to be careful because here there's little bits stick up, so and underneath as well. So you got to be a little bit careful while holding this because you do not want to damage it, especially if it's brand new out of the box. That's what I'm always worried about with these fat ass fingers. Yep, definitely very nice. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, this is a very, very fine example from Hobbymaster. I mean, I sort of did expect it to be pretty good. Yep, beautiful. Let's turn this Zero over and have a little look. It always bemuses me that why they chose that colour. No, that looks very nice. We'll have a little close look underneath there properly. It's got some great wing detail there. Obviously the wheel well detail. Wow, that's got really nice detail. Yep. No, that's a very, very fine example for sure. I'm definitely happy with this one. Obviously, that's where the stand's going to go and your ordnance. And of course, you know where the landing gear is going to be going. And of course, that tiny little tail wheel But what we'll do is we'll set this aircraft up and come back and have a look at it all kitted out. So here we have the Zero all set up for in-flight. This is the stand that comes with it. If you do want to use the stand, it does fit over the ordnance, so you don't have to take anything off, so that tank can stay on, which is cool. Overall, straightforward. You just put the 2 gear bay doors in. There is a little sort of aerial thing that goes in and a little hole in the front there. You do get a spare one of those as well. And then that tiny little retracted tail wheel, if it'll zoom in. But it does set up nice and, nice and neat. There was no dramas of putting it in. And obviously, yeah, that tank just slips straight in and there's no dramas with that. We will, and of course, the top here, there's a little aerial that you got to sort of push through a little hole through here in the canopy. And that is everything you need to do out here. And it does set up really nice. So this is how she'll look if you want to, put yours on the stand in flight. I've got to work out where I can hold this, and it's got some little aerials underneath there, and you just got to be a little bit careful. But I reckon this sets up really good. Yep, definitely pretty happy with it. As I said, this is our first 148 Japanese aircraft, so. And I thought, being December 7th, I will do a video for that infamous day and put up a subject that is in relation to that. What we're going to do, we will obviously turn this back over and put some landing gear on this and have a look at this all set up with some gear down. Alright, here it is all set up for gear down. It does also come with a little pilot figure too. If you want to put a little Iwamoto in your aircraft, you can. And we will have a little look at this. It just does need some gear bay doors chucked in the centerpiece there. And then, of course, you've got your main landing gear that just drops straight in, very straightforward. And, of course, that tiny little tail wheel in the extended position. And that is job done for gear down. And it does look very nice. I think it comes up really well. It's a great representation of a Japanese Mitsubishi Zero for sure. And I reckon this is a very cool looking unit. So if you're into your Japanese aircraft, and especially in 148 scale, these come up really, really nice. I do like them indeed. So yeah, all right, well, I'll wind this video. We'll put it down on the deck here and have a little look at that. It sits there beautifully. We'll zoom in a fraction for you and wind this video up, of course. Of course, on this day, 7th of December in 1941, was that infamous attack on Pearl Harbor, and that was sort of the reason why I chose this subject of the video today. So in respect of that, if you like this aircraft and model, feel free to throw us a like, of course. And if you have yet to subscribe to the channel, feel free to do that as well. You know the deal by now. Sausage finger test, look, it is a reasonable size aircraft, being 148 scale. And of course, I reckon it's a pretty cool looking unit, as I've said a couple of times. And once again, this is by Hobbymaster. It is a 148 scale die cast. All right, guys. Once again, thank you very much for taking the time on this day to watch the content we have for you today. I appreciate your time. You all have a fantastic rest of your day. Cheers, guys.